Front row, Steve Barth and Mike Bliss. In the second row, on the inside, Andy Michener. Number 6, Stevie Reeves. He goes to the back of the pack. Third row, Dan Dryden. Nope, he's back there on the backside too. Kenny Irwin will be in the third row. On through the pack, Chuck Leary and Brian Gerster. In the fifth row, on the inside, Tracy Hines. Outside, young Jack Runyon, they call him JR. Sixth row, Chris Malone, they call him Critter. And Mel Kenyon, the 7-time USAC Midget King. The seventh row, Randy Talsma. He won at Raceway Park 2 weeks ago. Fourth fastest qualifier this evening. And Bob Ciccone in number 6. In the eighth row, Ted Hines and Richard Warnes. Row 9. On the inside, Jeff Howerton. Outside, newcomer Craig Bradburn. In the 10th row, Ronnie John Cox. And as we told you, because of the push starts, we'll have both number 9 and number 3, Stevie Reeves and Dan Dryden at the back.
To win this race. So if he can get through traffic very quickly at all, he could be tough.
All right, you're going to ride along for the start. Bill Carey has the green flag out. 30 laps. We are underway up on 34-degree banking.
Yeah, look, as we go through here, everybody's down at the bottom and clear up at the top. There was a big hole in the middle, but nobody was brave enough to head for that hole. But there goes Mike Bliss, just as we thought. Right into the lead, coming through 3 and 4, first lap.
Look at the sparks coming off those cars. Look at Dryden moving through the pack. He pulls up behind Chris Malone, and then behind those two will be the white number 9 of Stevie Reeves.
Dryden is really after. Look at Kenny Irwin. He had quick time tonight. He's also on the move towards the front.
Oh, you talk about a guy with a mission. Look at him drive the wheels off that black number 3. We still cannot figure out exactly why he has that car painted black. And with a number 3, there's some connection with, you know, that guy in black down in NASCAR land, Dale Earnhardt.
That was Randy Tolson. He was just, there we got real sideways. Looks like...
That was Leary in the black 31 car up behind Bart. There's the battle for the lead. That's the black and orange number 7 wins car of Kenny Irwin. And the Ponner V6, a car against the wall. That is Tolsma in car 61. Tolsma, Randy Tolsma, who won 2 weeks ago. He's from Meridian, Idaho, having his first look at the Winchester High Banks, and he brings out the yellow.
Well, he had his look the hard way, I'll tell you, because he got in the fence pretty hard. The right front wheels off of that thing, and you know, whenever you hit the fence here, you hit it hard because you're going so doggone fast, and it's hard to tell what really put him in there, but it wasn't good.
3 laps have been completed. I think we can take a look on the replay, Larry.
Our camera guys never let us down, do they?
Oh, hardly.
As we see him coming right through here, we're watching right here.
Larry, to your right.
Barth, you're going to see him coming off from the right-hand side. Looked like he got into.
May have made contact with, well, either Chris Malone or perhaps Reeves, or a bunch of...
We want to wish him well. We know he had a bad time in there, so we're glad to hear he's
We also
out.
know he's watching this evening.
That's right.
Green flag flies, and look at that move by Irwin, and here comes Bliss.
And look at
Bliss got caught asleep right time, and Barth comes to the inside. Bliss goes from first to third on the restart.
Barth did a good job. He got a good restart, but right behind him, that's Leary, who's really got a shot, too. I tell you what, these guys are all racing to the front, racing hard.
Barth now drops to 4th. That is a car that he and his brother built. The other 3 up front are V's chassis. One riding second is a V6. That's the Potter V6. So successful in the midget competition last year, won the car winner's title. Irwin, as we're riding along with Bliss now, back there in second position.
Right, you're looking at the back of Bliss's car. You can see all those guys behind him kind of sliding around. He's really working hard to keep up with Kenny Irwin. Kenny Irwin was the fastest qualifier here tonight, remember, and he is really running good. But Bliss is keeping right up with him.
Kenny Irwin continues to lead your top 4 right there. Bliss, then Leary, and then Barth. Now, at this point, what's the strategy for, is he riding back there in second position, kind of taking a measure of what Kenny Irwin's doing out there?
No strategy, Gary. You got to go for it. Look at this, 2 cars in one corner. Dryden comes past. I think that was Brian Gerster in a 21 car. Man,
he's up to 6th.
He is flying. I told you, he was a man with a mission. He's going to go for it.
Up to 6th right now as they complete 7 laps, working on lap 8. Hey, he has enough time to cover the back of the pack and win this thing.
7 laps. There's still 23 laps to go, and he's already up to 6th position, so he's really flying.
Kenny Schrader went from the back of the pack to lead there at Daytona today. Let's see if history can repeat itself.
Hey, our open wheel guys did us proud down there today. Kenny Schrader and Jeff Gordon both did great down there today.
Car slowing down along the main straightaway. That's John Cox in the 5 car. And there is a look again at the black number 3 McGilvery entry of Danny Dryden.
Boy, they're in some lap traffic up in the front here. Boy, it's really getting touchy. There's Andy Michener trying to get under Brian Gerster right there, and that's Rynan has caught both of those guys, but they've been racing side by side for a lot of laps, so it's going to be really tough for him to see what happens.
Right in that black number 3 has a Pontiac power plant. He goes to the high side of Michener, makes the pass, moves up another position, stays on the high side, now ducks to the low side. And that car is handling any place he drives it on the racetrack. Michener tucked in behind him.
Michener's going to try to, Michener, that white number 6 car, is going to try to follow him. Look how fast Danny Drynan is right through the middle of the corner. That's Barth that he's right behind. Really, really fast right through the middle of the corner.
He takes a look to the inside, trying to go for 4th position. He almost lost it right there. Actually lost the position. Now drops to 6th behind Michener.
Well, he's got to go back a couple of spots to get his heart started again after that, I'll tell you, because that really gets your attention. When you're running this 120, 130 miles an hour at this racetrack, you get that far sideways, it really gets your attention.
4th, 5th, and 6th. Michener to the low side, lost some ground right there. Barth, and here comes the black 3. Look at this. Dirt tracking through the corner. He is sliding that car around, slinging that car around.
Well, you just can't do that too many times to get by with it on his racetrack. Sooner or later, if you keep sliding that thing sideways, it's going to bite you. He's got to be a little more careful, a little more cautious, pick his time. I know he wants to win the race, but he's got to finish it first to win it.
And look who's right behind him, who's really not abusing the tires as much as Drynan, and Reeves motors by on the inside. Reeves moves to 6th now. Drynan drops to 7th. Reeves is up to 6th in the back of the pack.
Look at Barth and Michener, inside, outside. Oh, Barth moved right up front of Stevie Reeves right there. Almost got him into the fence. Reeves just turned left, got out of the throttle, and then went right up back up beside him.
He's going for 5th position. Steve now has 5th. Stevie Reeves up to 5th. Barth is 6th, and they're fading in 7th. Perhaps with some abused tires, is Drynan.
I think exactly. He used his tires up, and look how smooth and straight Stevie Reeves is. You haven't seen him sliding around on the racetrack. The race car is still straight, and he's going to the front. But look at Kenny Irwin.
Yeah, Kenny Irwin in the orange and black wins number 7. Drives a car owned by his dad, Kenny Irwin Sr.
He's got that Wins car out in front now by about half a straightaway. Drynan is slowing down on the back straightaway, Gary. It looks like he's decided to...
Well, earlier he talked about the mechanical woes. The car has been fast but not reliable. So once again, he fails to finish here this evening at Winchester. Now 18 laps, 19 laps now complete, 11 laps to go. And the guy to watch right now is Stevie Reeves, because Reeves is really putting on an exhibition. He goes to the inside of a car down the backstretch. That would be Ciccone.
Well, you can see here that our leader is really putting a big lead on the rest of the field, though. That's Irwin, who's really pulling out in front of everybody else.
Well, we have a change for 2nd position, too. It looks like Leary has gone to 2nd. Andy Michener is in trouble coming off the 2nd corner. Andy Michener in the number 6 car slowly down the backstretch. Is he going to stay out there or head back to the pit area?
Reports are that he spun, Gary. He actually spun, kept the thing going, and is back out on the racetrack again now. That's very difficult to do at this racetrack, I'll tell you.
With 8 laps to go, we take a look at Jack Runyon there in the red number 7. And that is Steve Barth in the 14 car. And look at Runyon to the inside. He is having a good ride.
Yeah, Runyon's running pretty hard. Barth seems to be fading. I don't know whether his tires got a little bit hot when he's fighting there with Michener for so long or not, but he seems to be fading a little bit. Runyon is still going to the front.
I'll tell you what, this Runyon kid is a fast learner. He's had some mistakes, been upside down about 3 or 4 times this season, but he's really catching on.
Well, he was just 2 years ago, that kid was running modified midgets, never ran anything bigger than a 250cc motorcycle engine, so I think he's running pretty quick.
How's it feel to have your kid running a modified midget this evening in Marion, Illinois, and you're here in Winchester, Indiana?
A lot better than if he was running in Winchester, Indiana, I'll tell you that.
And you were someplace else. Well, that battle continues for position between Barth in the 14 car and the 7 car.
7 laps to go this time around, Gary.
And I think it's a battle for 5th position. Yes, it is. Barth in 5th. Runyon is 6th. But look at the gap there. There's nobody out in front of them. They're racing for position, for 5th position. Irwin continues to lead, and Leary now is up to 2nd.
Irwin's pulled out to a straightaway lead over everybody else with 4 laps to go, and just continues to pull away. Look how...
He's lapping Mel Kenyon right now.
And he did it very easily. You know, Mel Kenyon is no slouch at this racetrack, and he pulled around it very easily.
Once again, that battle for 5th on the inside, the red 7, the Jack's Tool rental entry. That is Jack Runyon. And up in front is Steve Barth. Barth is 5th, Runyon is 6th.
Runyon just doesn't seem to be able to muster the horsepower or the handling to get around it. He tries him on the inside, but when he gets down there, he kills all of his momentum. He kills all of his speed down on the bottom part of that bank. He just doesn't carry it down the straightaway far enough.
That's the advanced racing suspensions, injury number 14, and that suspension certainly gets a beating here at Winchester. There's the white flag, 1 lap to go, and Kenny Irwin is really going to take advantage of the situation tonight and perhaps take that point lead back from Stevie Reeves.
He's going to be a very, very happy young man. He did a great job qualifying here tonight. He did a great job running the race. And he's had a little tough luck this year. Even though he's up in the points, he hasn't had the victories that he really thought he should have. And this is going to go a long way for him and the Wins Company to get back on track.
There's that battle for 5th. Who's going to take it? Barth, the yellow 14, Runyon, the red number 7. Runyon, a last shot on the inside, and Barth, I think, hangs on by a nose.
Yeah, Barth hung on all right, but I tell you, Runyon did a smart thing. He got up on that bank and tried to slingshot down across the bottom of that bank, but he just couldn't quite pull it off.
Well, we can tell you that Reeves actually finished 3rd. As we take a look at the team there, Kenny Irwin Sr. owns the car his dad or his son drives, and there's a look at the crew and the guys that put a good set of wheels under Kenny Irwin. But how about that drive from the back of the pack for Stevie Reeves when he finishes 3rd?
Well, you don't want to forget Leary. He finished second.
That
was quite an accomplishment for him. It was just a couple years ago that he was running the speedrome and nothing else. So he has some things to be proud of, too.
Let's go down and check in perhaps with what happened to that black number 3 and Dan Drynan. Dave?
Yeah, a lot of long faces down here, but they should be proud of the ride they turned in tonight. Dan Drynan, first of all, what broke? What put you out?
I see the screen tore off the injectors. We just run a screen over our injectors, and I think it might have sucked a rock down something and hurt thing inside.
You were just charging. You and Reeves coming from the back of the pack was great fun to watch. You got her sideways a couple of times. Did you cook the tires?
Not too much. I mean, I was leaning on it hard to get through there in a hurry, and I was being real conscious of that, but it's a long ways to go from the back.
We're giving folks another look at it here while we talk to you. Obviously, when you're in that situation, the first question is, how'd you get in that situation? Car just wouldn't fire or what?
We had a little wiring failure on our starter assembly, something that I hate having to use here anyway, but it caught us out tonight, and we had to start back. Our Chapman train Valvoline car was running great. I was pushing hard but trying to save it, and we just came up short.
Terrific drive. We'll look forward to many more this season.
Thank you.
That's Danny Drynan dropping out early here tonight. We'll talk to the guy who came from the back of the pack, and we'll talk to the guy who won the race when we come back to Winchester, Indiana. Now we will talk with a young man who is really maturing in 1993 into a great race driver. He is at this moment the leader of the USAC National Midget Championship Division. Congratulations, Kenny Irwin Jr.
That's nice to hear. Me and Stevie have been having a good battle. I tell you what, this Wins Pontiac run great. I seen Potters I think they had a motor problem. I'd like to thank all the Wins people, the Wins distributors all across the country. We brought it home in first place tonight.
Don't want you to get too cocky. It's a 2-point lead. This is going to be quite a championship battle, and it's not just the two of you. It's a 3-man battle. Just look ahead the rest of the season. A, how are you going to approach it? B, how do you think it'll come out?
I tell you, it's going to be a big struggle with Mike Bliss coming up, with Reeves. You know, the dirt is more of Stevie's premiere, and tonight I think we're a little better set up on the pavement, but I mean, it's going to come down to the last race out in California, and I hope we come out on top.
We've seen you pay your dues in the midgets and now move up. You're running the sprints. You're running the Silver Crown division. How is that helping you to mature as a driver?
I tell you what, it helps out quite a bit. Dave Calderwood out of California sent back a couple sprint cars for us to race, and you know, going to the high horsepower sprint cars and then coming back to this, I mean, it helps you out tremendously. In fact, we're racing the sprint cars here tomorrow.
Yeah. It's going to be a big weekend for you. What's the long-term plan? Where do you want to go with this career?
I tell you, I'd like to, I mean, my thoughts are going down south like Jeff Gordon did.
Well, as we take a look at that final rundown, Mike Bliss 4th, top 5, Steve Barth. In the second 5 tonight, we have Jack Runyon, a rookie with USAC Midget Competition, then Bob Ciccone, Chris Malone. You can hear the fans oohing and hawing in the background. Brian Gerster and the 7-time USAC King, Mel Kenyon. Then Ted Hines with a good ride in 11th. And Craig Bradburn, a rookie here at Winchester. Andy Michener, Dan Drynan from the back of the pack, and Richard Warnes. And then in the 16th to the 19th position, Tracy Hines, Ronnie John Cox, Randy Tolsma, and Heck Howerton. And look at the fireworks. Obviously, it's the 4th of July. Happy birthday, America.